What's up, everyone? What?
Fuck it. Keep it in.
I know. I'm probably good to. I fucking can't get this intro right now. Holy shit. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Dense Pixels podcast. I'm your host, Brad, joined by my co-host, Micah.
What? Hello.
And Darren.
What's going on, people?
Look at that. We missed a week, and all of a sudden the thing's off the fucking rails.
Forgot how to podcast.
The wheels are falling off the car. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. So, yeah, we're back after a week off. Like I said, I was unavailable last week, and these numbskulls don't know how to operate a podcast mixer without this guy being here. So
I'm just lazy, man.
Look,
that would be my excuse.
Mike has also been learning the joys of parenting solo for the past couple weeks as his wife has returned to work, but he has taken off.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to talk about. We have 2 weeks worth of news. There were some very big stories that have dropped over the past couple weeks. So we will not delay the inevitable. Before we get to what you guys have been playing, I'm not playing anything new, but I did buy Burnout Paradise for $5 on the PlayStation Store this past week.
Worth it.
Yeah, it was
worth it at twice the price, Brad.
I agree. I would agree. So I will probably start playing that again because I've been wanting to play something new. I haven't been wanting to play Destiny lately, and yeah. So I'll probably jump back into Burnout, which isn't really technically new, even to me, but. Yeah, so that's going to happen. But it was $5. I couldn't say no. I bought Dragon Age Inquisition for $10 as well. I'm probably never going to play it, but I threw BioWare money because I felt bad.
God, pity them.
So they got a pity buy out of me. I would like to first hear from Terrence because Terrence, you've been playing Dying Light.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play the game, but like I didn't want to pay for it per se. But I was like, fuck it. I enjoyed Dead Island. I know Micah hated that game.
Yep.
This is basically Dead Island on steroids. Like, or if you took Dead Island and you took what is that game? Mirror's Edge and a little bit of Assassin's Creed and just mashed them all together. This is what this game is. The parkour. No, it's actually pretty fun. The parkour is really good. It feels good, like to jump from building to building. Later on in the game, they give you a fucking grappling hook, which is awesome. Jumping on zombies' heads never gets old. Like smashing their skulls with a stomp that you have to unlock. They have 3 skill trees. You have to parkour to unlock to level up your parkour skill tree. You have to actually fight to level up your combat skill tree, and then there's 2 other ones. One that I don't even have access to until you beat the game, and then there's the survivor skill tree. Where you get that by you level it up by completing missions, and every skill tree has, of course, different skills that you can unlock. By the time you get to the second map, you're kind of a beast, but you can still get fucked up by like giant hordes. I put 25 hours into it so far, and I'm only 50% done with the story. There's a lot of content.
When did you start playing it?
Thursday.
And you put 20.
Something like that. I like it. It's fun. I enjoy it. And there's a lot of this past weekend they actually did a community event, which I'm like, they're still supporting the games.
They are still supporting that game.
Yeah, like the last actual piece of DLC content came out in like May of last year. I was like, Jesus Christ, what the hell? But this past weekend there was a community event that basically made you like Superman. All of your kicks and punches did like 4 times more damage. Like you would punch something and it would fly like 100 feet. And the goal was to get 600,000 kills by the end of the actual community event. It went from Saturday to it ended today. 600,000 was the goal. I think the community hit like 6 million.
Jesus.
So yeah, people are still playing the game. Like you could jump into a multiplayer game with no problem. It's a fun game, man. It's $20, and I still haven't even gotten to the main DLC, which is the what is it?
The following or the
yeah, the
happening
following.
yeah.
The following is the like the second story, and I give you a whole new map to play in, and you get a dune buggy to drive in. It's fun. Like I really like it. But I liked Dead Island.
Well, it
And
certainly
this is
looks better than Dead Island.
Oh yeah, Dead Island looks like shit. They still do have that look of everybody looks like kind of like plasticky / like clay, which is weird.
Yeah.
Kind of like the characters look in Anthem. But there's a lot of dialogue. The main character is just a white dude that can naturally parkour really well. I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. But it's the story is slightly engaging, and I think they wanted to ape what's the guy's Voss from Far Cry 3, because the antagonist is very similar. He gives the same type of fucking dialogue, like monologues and shit like that. But if you've never played it and you were ever interested in it, I would give it a try. Like, there's a lot of content, and it's just fun.
What's multiplayer like in this game? Like, is it co-op?
It's co-op, yeah. There's co-op where you can do the missions together. Then there's multiplayer where, actually at night, I forgot there's this one thing at night when like there are super zombies that come out at night, and you have to run from them. Like, you can fight them. Like during that community thing, I was like 4 times stronger, so I was just punching them in the face and but like without that, no, you essentially have to run unless you have firearms, which firearms in this game, they work the way they're supposed to. You know how like shooters, your punch is stronger than your gun for some reason, which never makes any goddamn sense. No, a bullet to the head will take anything out in one shot.
Okay.
In this game, but at night, like I can't remember what they're called, like the viral zombies or whatever. They're really fast. They can jump. They can parkour right along with you. You have to get away from them and make it to your safe zone, or you'll die. And everything is, you get multiple double XP at night. I
like how it's just a big game of tag.
Essentially, like
you got to run to your base,
right? Because they have the UV lights and they're susceptible to UV rays. But in that particular mode at night, like other people can jump into your game and play those virals. And they can, if they take you out, I think they get like bonus points in their own game or some shit. I don't know how that works. I haven't done it yet because I kind of want to run through the game myself and not have to deal with actual human players that are smarter than the AI. But yeah, there's that, and then there's a bunch of stuff that I just haven't done yet. But it's a fun game.
Yeah, you really don't want to deal with human players that have been playing this game for 4 years.
Right. Exactly. You know everything. I'm not trying to deal with that. And it's like pitch fucking black at night too. Like if you don't have your flashlight on, but the flashlight attracts them, so you're kind of like running up, jumping off of buildings in the dark, so you won't get caught. It's like, it's cool, man. Like, it's a really fun game. It should have got a little bit more credit than it did back then. But I think it released kind of not very complete, if you will. They enhanced the graphics and everything. So I got the complete edition literally has all of the DLC for free.
Wow.
And the DLC was free to begin with. But I think there were like some skins you could pay for, which we'll probably talk about a little later in the show. Not about this game, but
yeah, that's something else.
Yeah, we'll talk about it via another WB Games game.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
Micah, you've chosen to replay a mediocre to above average Final Fantasy game.
You better put some respect on Final Fantasy X's name. That game is great. I love that game. It is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. That and its weird ass sequel, which is essentially like Gem and the Holograms meets Final Fantasy. They're both great. You know, this was the first fully voiced Final Fantasy.
You can tell.
Yes, sir. you definitely can tell. But I love the battle system. I love the characters. I love the themes. The music is probably one of the last great like Final Fantasy scores for me. And it looks they've actually done a pretty good job of like enhancing this game. And I got it on Switch because you know, I can play it on the go, and you get two full featured games, two 30-hour plus RPGs that are really, really good. If you've never played Final Fantasy X, I think it came out in like 2000 or 2001. Yeah, you should play it. I highly recommend it. It's still fun. It's still fun to me, damn
it. I've never played 10.
I like 10. 10 might be a little too slow paced for you, but because the battles aren't like active, they're not like active time battles where there's not like a set number of seconds you have before you go. Like you could sit there all day and just meticulously plan how you want to approach every single fight, every random encounter to every boss. You can just sit there and figure out how you want to approach this. You can swap your characters in and out at any time. So there's none of that, you know, I gotta go to a tent or whatever and then switch my party out. No, you can switch everybody out on the fly. People don't like the sphere grid system, and it's very different from your typical I've leveled up, now here are my allotted experience points, and now I have to, you know, put them into whatever I want. They have this thing that is they have two types of sphere grids, the regular sphere grid that you played damn near 20 years ago, and an advanced one. The regular one kind of puts your initial starting places to where the game thinks that those characters' archetype should be. So the main character is fast and nimble, so they kind of put him in that area. The summoner is more of a white mage, so they put her where the healing stuff is first, and there's the black mage, and they put her with all the destructive magic. The advanced one is I'm playing the advanced one. The advanced one is way different. Like, well, not way different, but you can basically pick and choose where you want your characters to start. If for whatever reason you want the nimble guy with a little bit of magic to have a bunch of black mage shit, you can do that. And it's much easier to min-max and have everybody be able to do everything. If you like min-maxing your characters, then that is what you should do. But yeah, man, it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot.
How much are you enjoying Mortal Kombat 11?
I am enjoying Mortal Kombat for the most part. And so let's get the good stuff out of the positives out of the way. It's fucking gorgeous. I mean, it's the best looking fighting game I've ever seen in my entire life. The fatalities are the best fatalities that the series has ever had. Sound design is excellent. Voiceover minus one person is really good. The story is just as silly. This is an homage to the earlier Mortal Kombats, and specifically the movie that came out in 95. Like this is what this is. Like if you are an old man like me and you remember going to see Mortal Kombat in theater, like this is for you. This is all fan service. It plays. It's slower than MKX, but it's faster than the beta. Like they finally found their sweet spot. Yeah, it's not as rushed down as it is anymore. Like there's a lot of poking, way more poking than I would think of in a Mortal Kombat game. Because the animations aren't fluid enough. Like the animations are fluid, but the movements are still kind of stilted. You know, like you can't naturally flow from one thing to another. They still have the canned combos that you have to, you know, the button presses have to be within a millisecond of each other for you to get a combo out, right? And then they have, you know, your different extenders that you can do. Like if you can push someone in a corner, that's really how you can extend combos. I like what they did with the meter system. they have an offensive meter and a defensive meter, and the offensive meter and the defensive meter, they fill up pretty quickly. Like you are, if you're concerned about like amplifying moves to, when you amplify a move, it's usually just it alters the move in a different way to either do more damage or give you a combo opportunity. There's no worry about running out of meter because it constantly refills. So it's basically you can't do more than 2 amplified moves in a row. But it's really good. The defensive meter is used for what they call breakaways, which are essentially combo breakers. Like if you're getting juggled, you can hit a breakaway. That takes all your meter. And then it has to build back up. And then environmental hazards take like 1 slot of your meter. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's really fun. The economy is stupid. It just is. And we'll talk about that later. The story is super fun. The crypt is, tied to the economy. We'll talk about that later. But the crypt is Shang Tsung's island, and everywhere on that island is a Mortal Kombat 1 stage. Like you see the throne room, and you go to Goro's lair. You see the room where they have all the statues of the original combatants. It's you see the pit and the second pit, and it's even got that fire guy fighting that other guy in the background, and it's cool, man. But I really enjoy it. I'm really putting a lot of time into it, but there are some negatives that we'll talk about, I guess, a little later. Because unlocking shit is just a pain in the ass. Like it's a real kick in the dick, man. It really is. And it makes you just not want to do it. It's like, all right, yeah, whatever. I don't need that skin. Fuck your skin. But yeah, look, if you like Mortal Kombat, I mean, you probably already have this. So
it's true.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
So that segues us nicely into the new releases over the past 2 weeks. Mortal Kombat 11, of course, probably the biggest game that came out. Days Gone also came out last week for PS4 to very just all over the place reviews on that game and impressions on that game. I've seen it run the full gamut of impressions, which is interesting. So I'll probably should wait to see until the dust settles on that one. If you've been jonesing for Echo the Dolphin, you can check out Jupiter and Mars on PS4 and PSVR, a cooperative dolphin adventure game. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, comes to Xbox One and Switch. It's been available on PS4 for some time. PixARK is coming to the Nintendo Switch. This is Ark slash, kind of combined with Minecraft, if I'm not mistaken, like a pixel version of Ark Survival Evolved. And being as we are embarking on a brand new month, we have the Xbox Live Games with Gold for the month of May. For the entire month of May on Xbox One, you get the game Marooners all month long. From the second half of May into the first half of June, you get the Golf Club 2019, which is the new PGA Tour game, since EA does not make those anymore. On Xbox 360, backwards compatible with Xbox One, for the first half of the month, you get Earth Defense Force, which is Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, which is the fourth EDF game. And then second half of the month, you get Comic Jumper, The Adventures of Captain Smiley. So those are your free Xbox One games. Just a reminder that you can still get April's games up until May 1st. So there's that.
That's a terrible choice. This is a terrible lineup. I like Comic Jumper on Xbox 360.
I mean, I wouldn't mind checking out the Golf Club to see if it holds up to the EA golf games, if you're into those.
Earth Defense Force, while I do like those games, it's Earth Defense Force. And I don't know what the fuck Marooners is.
I don't know either. It was a $10 Xbox Live game, so like I said, they're kind of after last month's really good month, they're easing back a little bit. not bringing the fire this month for sure. So yeah, so that's what's coming this week and last week for new releases. Let us move into quick hits. Riot Games is promising change in the wake of an organized walkout that was threatened by their employees. So basically, Riot Games was trying to block lawsuits being filed against the company for mistreatment of their workers. Kotaku had a big report that came out last week. Jason Schreier continues bringing that heat. Actually, I take that back. This was not Jason Schreier's reports. This was a different report from Cecilia D'Astasio. So good job by you. But yeah, so basically they were trying to block employees from bringing gender discrimination lawsuits against the company. And they were trying to force these employees into private arbitration as opposed to a lawsuit. Now, of course, this does tie back to a bit of a Supreme Court case that got decided a few months back, where they kind of opened the door to allow businesses and companies to settle suits or settle these issues through arbitration as opposed to class action lawsuits. So thanks, guys, up there in DC. But yeah, so employees caught wind of this and they threatened to stage a mass walkout on the company.
These companies, don't let your president get you fucked up, man. Don't let your president make your company go tits up, because they're wilding, yo. I mean, I look, good on them, I guess.
Riot Games. Are they under Tencent, or is that the other?
I think that's the other one.
Is League of Legends? What's the other big game?
Well, Dota's the other big
MOBA,
but that's owned by Valve. So, maybe they are owned by Tencent. Actually, that could very well be. I can't remember, honestly. But yeah, so the response
they were under Tencent.
The response was that they internal memo was sent around the company saying that they wanted to open up an internal or a dialogue on Monday and invite rioters to join us for small group sessions where we can talk through your concerns and provide as much context as we can about where we've landed and why. We are committed to re-earning your trust by having an open and transparent dialogue and doing the right thing by all of our rioters. First of all, I can't stand when companies call their employees by some stupid, fucking cute name.
Some branded nonsense. I used to work at Target, and we weren't Target employees. We're team members.
See, that's even okay. Like it's fine. That's a generic of a term as employees in my eyes. But fucking rioters. No.
Look, I don't even like team members, so I damn sure can't stand rioters.
Yeah, rioters would piss me off. I'm a rioter. No, I'm not.
Hey, rioters, please don't walk out and cause disruption.
Right. Rioters.
Don't cause a riot. Hey, fucking dumbass. Shut up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because writers have been fighting to improve their workplace for a long time, long before the toxic studio culture of sexual and gender is right. Did you read this?
Yeah.
I must have not been paying attention. I mean, just now.
I mean, it's flown under the radar because obviously, we don't cover PC gaming nearly as much and stuff like that. So this story has kind of been off our radar a little bit. Plus, we've been off for 2 weeks, so I think a lot's happened in that time. Guys, I feel like the reckoning is coming for these large game studios.
Yeah, man.
We keep seeing all these stories coming out, and
about crunch time. Wait, is that on here?
It's not. Epic was also in the news recently about Fortnite's crunch being something that's been that was a bit brutal as well at times. So yeah, guys, fucking sharpen the guillotines, I guess.
You keep fucking around, man. Industry, so. You keep fucking around, you'll get them unions, boy. And then you're gonna be all messed, and then all of us are gonna have to pay for it. Games are gonna cost $150.
And as much as I don't want to give them credit for this, I feel like millennials have a lot to do with this, because they're like, yo, this is ridiculous. Like, we are working way too fucking hard to be doing to not get the respect we deserve as far like this crunch time shit. Yeah, eventually, because back in the day, we just did it. Like, people just did it. They just worked those ridiculous hours, and they didn't. They complained, but they didn't have a platform.
Yeah,
they do now. So it's like, yeah,
and that's the
we're
thing,
working
like,
100-hour weeks to try to get these games out to y'all. Nigga, I'm tired. Like, I'm having mental breakdowns doing this shit, and it's not fair.
That's right, Terrence.
Like,
Put some respect on our name.
Yeah, shut up. Like, it couldn't be like. There's still a little debate as to when. I don't know. I don't. You know, it says from like either 81 to now or 83. I like to go with 83. You know,
like I said, I go with the 83 one as well, which means I slide in just under the cut against you old Gen Xers. listen to your grunge music and feeling sad about the world and whatnot.
But yeah, it's just like, yo, man, they can't keep doing this shit.
Yeah, man.
Like, and again, I don't want to pay $100 for a video game, yeah. For real.
So speaking of paying out the nose, Sony has revealed the specs for the PlayStation 5 that is going to be coming out late next year, most likely. Mark Cerny, who is the lead architect of the system, he was also the lead architect on the PS4 as well. There's an 8-core CPU based on AMD's third generation Ryzen processor. You have, a custom GPU based on AMD's Radeon Navi hardware. That means you get ray tracing graphics to a game console for the first time. PS5 is going to support 8K resolution. If you have a TV that does support that, it has a new 3D audio AMD chip that is a custom unit for the PS4 and is going to come bundled in with a solid state hard drive. I only know what half of those acronyms mean, so but it sounds fancy to me.
I just saw super fast SSD and I looked at the price of like a terabyte SSD that's like $500 itself. So
where are you buying your solid state hard drives from?
Isn't that wait.
A terabyte? No. It's not that expensive.
About two.
You might be thinking
like $200.
I just paid $110 for a 500 gig SSD. So a 1 terabyte one cannot cost $500.
Yeah, so it's $200.
Okay.
But if this is going to be like a terabyte, that's $200 for the damn hard drive alone. How much is this fucking thing going to cost?
Well, so they asked Mark Cerny that question, and he said that while they can't talk about price now, he did say it was going to be a competitive and crowd-pleasing price, or something along those lines. I don't know if he said crowd-pleasing. My guess would be $499.
Because essentially, this is like a high-powered PC.
In some ways, yeah.
Like, they're going to be producing these at a loss.
Most likely.
Regardless of what the price is going to be. They're not going to, like, if they price it as to what the fuck is in that motherfucker, you're going to be paying like $2,000.
I mean, economy of scale is a thing, though. Like, Sony's not paying, $200 for a 1 terabyte SSD.
But, yeah, I would see. I'm not going over 500.
I don't think they can go over 500. I don't think you can release that above $500 and think that that's going to be met with a great reception. I don't think.
But you're getting 8K graphics though.
Ooh, for the TV that nobody owns.
Like, nigga, who the fuck
TV? Nobody.
Like I said, fuck 8K. Fuck 8K. If you give me 4K at 60 frames per second,
yeah,
we're good to go.
Right.
Like, most people still don't have 4K televisions. They niggas are talking about 8K.
Right.
Though you can get a 4K television for like $300 now.
I mean, look, I'm glad they're future-proofing it. Obviously, not a lot of people are going to be taking advantage of the 8K, but it'll make for a nice bullet point on the slide.
Yeah, and like at the reveal in 3 years, once the 8K televisions are affordable. Because no. And first of all, can you at that point can't
tell. You can't.
I was about to say, can you tell?
You can't tell. I have a pretty good eye for this stuff. You can't tell, man. You can't. No,
insane.
You can't.
Micah, are you already planning the sale of your son to fund this new PlayStation 5 that's coming?
I know, man. Like, this will be. I got into the video game console generation in the 3rd generation. And this one will be the 9th, and it'll be the first one where I just won't be able to buy whatever I want day one. Oh, God damn it.
So
responsibilities.
So we'll wait to see more information on the PS5. But cool that they're getting out in front of it. I don't know if this is a smart idea, but then again, Microsoft's probably already entrenched in their plans enough that they can't really react to this. I wouldn't think.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's who's going to release first,
right? So
because that seems to be the one that that kind of wins. I don't know.
Well, don't worry, Micah, because Microsoft is they're not done releasing consoles in this generation. Because on May 7th, for just $249.99, the Xbox One S all digital, aka the Xbox One SAD, is releasing.
Yeah, that shit is funny
to the public.
Like they really didn't think that at all.
You can do it one of two ways. You can either have the Xbox SAD. The full name is the Xbox One S All Digital Edition. So it's either the Xbox One SAD or the Xbox One Sade.
Sade.
Thank you.
And see, it's not black. Like if it was black, then I'd be like, all right, it's the Xbox One Sade.
I mean, but not having a disk drive is probably going to be quite a smooth operator. So I would imagine that's probably going to that's probably going to keep it super quiet. Look, it was on a T. It was on a T. I could not fucking hit that shit. So again, this is the diskless Xbox One S. Apparently, it's going to include Forza Horizon 3, Minecraft, and Sea of Thieves when you buy this edition already on the console.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So they got to give some people a reason to buy it. Plus, you'll be able to get Game Pass for $1 a month for 3 months as well. So, who's running out to buy the Xbox One SAD?
And the way that they like labeled this thing to be like when you abbreviate it, it kind of says Xbox One, like the way they did the Xbox One S or the Xbox One X. Like if you abbreviate it, it says Xbox. Like you would think that they would really pick a different name. I just, do you think this is just like a litmus test?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I don't think they're expecting a ton of sales on this console. I think that they are to me, this seems like the one that they're floating out there to like, hey, if you for some reason haven't bought an Xbox, but you still really want to, here you go. Here's Sea of Thieves. Let's put our best foot forward and give you Sea of Thieves.
Can I buy it and not have Sea of Thieves?
I think it's already on there.
Yeah,
which means Terrence would never buy it on principle, right?
Thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In more Microsoft news,
3 like that came out 3 years ago.
Yeah, they're up to Forza 4, but they're like, here's Forza 3 and Minecraft, which I'm pretty sure they might as well just start selling for free with every Xbox that you purchase at this point.
Right.
So they also confirmed the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate tier, which was rumored, which we talked about on the show. It's going to be $14.99 a month to get Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass together. $5 savings over buying them separate. So there's that. So Capcom's putting out a thing called the Capcom Home Arcade. And when I first saw this story pop up, I do admit that I wasn't sure that it was from Capcom because the branding on this controller is very subtle. So Capcom is getting into the like plug and play nostalgia game that everyone is seemed to be doing. They're not doing a console. All the games are built into this giant Capcom logo, which is a 2-player arcade stick with an outgoing HDMI port so that you can play it. It's also Wi-Fi connected, so that it's going to have leaderboards, worldwide leaderboards, so you can upload your scores and see how you compare to other folks around the world. It has 16 games. Here's what we got. 1944, The Loop Master, Alien vs. Predator, Armored Warriors, Capcom Sports Club, Captain Commando, Cyberbots, Full Metal Madness, Darkstalkers, The Night Warriors, Echo Fighters, Final Fight, Ghouls and Ghosts, Geiga Wing, Mega Man The Power Battle, which I haven't seen in years. Pro Gear, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Strider, and Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. So,
you know what this tells me? This tells me that Capcom franchises aren't as good as I thought they were.
Well, remember, these are specifically arcade franchises. These are not console games.
Wow.
At all. These are just arcade games that Capcom has released over the years.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Mega Man The Power Battle?
It is a Mega Man fighting game, sir. that came to arcades. Oh. I have played it once in my life.
I'm looking at it now. No.
So this is coming October 25th. They've just announced it for Europe so far. It's pre-orderable for €229.99, which I think is about $260 US. But as far as I've seen, they haven't released a US launch plan.
For this yet.
Is it nah? I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
I've played Alien vs Predator like twice in my life. That's fine. Like, and that's like the big one. Everyone's like, oh shit, you getting Alien vs Predator for the first time in however fucking long. 1944. I don't know what the fuck Capcom Sports Club is. Never heard of it. Captain Commando is cool.
Darkstalkers though.
Darkstalkers Night Warriors. That's dope.
And Final Fight.
What?
And Final Fight as well. Which I know you probably don't like as much because you were a Streets of Rage guy, but I was a Final Fight guy growing up. So
I played both.
Really, I was a TMNT guy. That's really what that boils down to.
I used to rent the Super NES to play TMNT until it came out until the one came on the Genesis. I don't remember which one it was on Sega Genesis. Yeah, this is not worth $250.
No, I think if it is going to cost really $250 in the US, they're definitely missing the mark on the price a little bit.
Like, it's the stick that you're paying for, but can you use the stick for anything else besides the games that are older on it? Excellent
question, Terrence. I have no idea, and you should, because it's got fucking like sodomable part. Like, it's a good fucking stick. It's a legit stick.
And if you could like, and it's got Wi-Fi, so technically, I'm sure there's some type of something in it. All right. So if you could games on it later.
Yeah, if you could use it on other consoles, maybe that would make it a little bit more worth it.
Yeah, but not for this. Nah.
No, not at that price point. It's like I said, you put out at 200, maybe. But the thing they're missing is that the reason why all these classic consoles are so popular is because they're fucking priced right. Like they cost nothing. I mean, Christ, look at the PlayStation Classic. Came out at $100, and yeah, the games lineup neutered that thing a little bit, but nobody bought that thing at $100.
I read a story today that Best Buy is giving them.
Yeah, they're basically giving them away at this point.
Jesus.
So,
yeah, 16 games. No.
Capcom.
I see about 7 of them I would play, and that's about it.
Yeah, I would play Alien vs Predator, Final Fight, Street Fighter 2, Super Puzzle Fighter, Darkstalkers, and the 1944, and maybe Captain Commando. But the rest, I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
you're right. If you could use this as a fight stick, then yeah, it would probably be worth it, because you get 2 sticks for the price of like 1.5.
And all the games to go with it. So.
And then you get all those games to go with it. So I didn't think of that. Yeah, I didn't think
I didn't either. I'm actually really glad you brought that up, Terrence. We should like email them and be like, hey guys, why don't you just put a fucking USB port on this thing? Call it a day.
Right.
So Persona 5 tease announcement that they announced last Wednesday, I believe it was. Persona 5 The Royal is coming to PS4 in Japan this year and to the US in 2020. Apparently this is going to add new elements to the game. There's new I really wish Gary was here for this. There's like a new semester they're adding, which is going to be, I'm sure, a lot of story content. There's new playable character, new enemies, things of that nature as well. So more Persona 5.
All right. I mean, I really like Persona 5, but that game was way too long. So now you're saying that this game is longer than that?
Yes, but probably 30 to 50% more content.
Nah, I can't. No, I can't. That's a shame because I really like that game, and I would play it again if I thought that I would finish it. I just no, there's no way. There's no way.
Persona fans are really excited about this.
I mean, I guess they would be. I better not hear anybody say anything about me buying multiple copies, me pre-ordering shit, or nothing like that, because you're essentially buying this game over again, with a couple more things added to it. Look, I'm not throwing stones.
Look, I was trying to get somebody in the fan group to explain to me why the fact that this is going to be a new $60 game is somehow okay, and not having like a $30 DLC option to existing Persona 5 owners is not okay. And only one person, I think it was Markham in the comments, made a case that I could say, okay, I understand. Everybody else, Carrie was fucking matrixing around the question, dodging and weaving, and avoiding it like the plague. So
that's hilarious.
So at least I don't know. I feel like making people pay $60 again for that game is a bit exploitative. And because again, it's not like you're getting new Persona owners in. It's not like you had people that didn't buy Persona 5 because like I'm waiting for the Game of the Year edition to come out. No, like I guarantee you that 99% of the people that buy this are going to be existing people that bought Persona 5 already.
Yeah.
So
yeah, everyone tells me how great that game is. I just don't care.
Yep.
I just don't.
So Microsoft is having a Minecraft 10th anniversary event soon, but not going to be there is the creator of Minecraft, Marcus Notch Persson, because he's kind of turned into a bit of a fucking online white supremacist, guys, since then.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, Microsoft's actually been kind of slowly distancing themselves from Notch, especially in recent months, as his behavior has become, and I'm quoting from the Polygon article here that we're reading from, quote, increasingly erratic, promoting aberrant social and political views to his more than 3.7 million Twitter followers. His exploits include publicly promoting bigoted theories about the relative value of cultures and races, as well as the defamation of women and the LGBTQ community generally.
Well, look, I never trusted this guy for one specific reason. He spells his name with a K.
He's from Sweden.
Nah, yo. Nope. Nah. His name should be
Marcus Persson.
Yeah. I believe it's Persson.
And 2 S's? Nope.
So a month ago, we didn't cover the story, but apparently they scrubbed Microsoft has scrubbed references to him from the game's loading screen. Like he's not even mentioned in the game at all anymore. They basically like this is like they Kojiman him, but for good reasons, and not insanely petty ones.
Good. Fuck him. I didn't even know what his name was.
Well, there you go.
If you
I don't even know what he looks like.
If you buy, he looks exactly what you think a white supremacist would look like—a big fat bald guy, big fat bald white guy.
Oh, he got a fedora on. Isn't that fucking wow? Oh my god!
Look, one of my favorite
cliche. Are you serious?
One of my favorite quotes that I use in regular conversation now comes from Carrie, and that is, "You play bitch games, you win bitch prizes." So you want to be a fucking crazy person and have like really fucking far right and obnoxious views, then don't be surprised when people don't want to associate with you publicly, because
that guy's worth over $1 billion.
He is.
Wow.
So, I mean, he made one of the most successful games of all time, and now, now the people that own it want nothing to do with him. So,
he's got fuck you money.
Yeah, he does.
Fuck the blacks and the gays. I'm rich, bitch. Like, all right.
Finally, in what is arguably one of my favorite stories, not of just of this week, but of all time, Epic is basically extorting Valve at this point, guys. So, as we've detailed in this show, the Epic Game Store is garnering a ton of exclusives because developers are flocking to the Epic Game Store for their 12% cut, as opposed to Steam's 30% cut, which can get reduced to 20 if it's a very highly successful game, but 30% is the general one. So here's a quote from Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games. If Steam committed to a permanent 88% revenue share for all developers and publishers without major strings attached, Epic would hastily organize a retreat from exclusives and consider putting our own games on Steam. Such a move would be a glorious moment in the history of PC gaming and would have a sweeping impact on other platforms for generations to come. Then stores could go back to just being nice places to buy stuff rather than the game developer IRS. End quote. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, can you be mad about that?
It's wild. It's wild to see. It's really fucking wild to see. Could you imagine? Now, it's not an apples and oranges comparison because this isn't just a digital storefront. Like, these are actual game console platforms. But could you imagine if Sony was? I can't even formulate like a hypothetical situation that would be comparable in this situation. I'm just picturing like if Sony were to extort Microsoft in some way, shape, or form. Like, hey, like let Gears of War be on our system, and then maybe our exclusives. But like that doesn't even make sense. It's so weird. It's such a bizarre fucking situation that Epic is basically like putting the ball in Steam's court to be like, hey, you want us to stop taking all these exclusives from Steam? Then you better come down to the revenue share. Like, they're not even trying. It's funny because it's a move that you would think would hurt them. Because I think if all things being equal, more people would buy from Steam just because it's the more fully featured store right now. I think this is a statement that I think this is Tim Sweeney just fucking taking his dick out. And because he knows that Steam is not going to do anything about it. So he can just make a fucking outlandish claim or an outlandish statement like this and just be like, whatever. Like, I know they're not going to do it, so I'm just going to fucking say it. It makes me look like a great guy.
He's just cutting a promo.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know. This is like if like I would have to like equate it to like brick and mortars that sell the same thing, right? Like it would be like if Walmart told GameStop that, you know, if you want well, no, that wouldn't be right either. Like this, yeah, you're right. This is weird.
It's very bizarre.
It is, man.
It's very bizarre.
And
are there any stores that take more of a cut than like?
No, because in the retail industry, it's standardized. It's not a like there's an MSRP and profit and margins are the same because you're paying the same amount to buy it from the person doing it. Yeah, this is fucking wild, man. This is fucking wild as shit. And I'm here for it. Like I said, I don't have a fucking horse in this race, so I'm content to just sit on the sidelines and just fucking laugh at all the
just watch
that's going on here.
Just watch the master race implode on itself as it sits in that bunker waiting.
They're literally holding games hostage. Like that's literally something that's happening right now. I wish I should have called Johnny because what I would have done is like Photoshop like the Epic Games logo on the head of the guy of the disgruntled city hall worker from RoboCop, and then all the people that are kneeling on the ground would just be like have like Metro Exodus would be one guy, and then Borderlands would be the other one. That'd be a fucking funny image.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
That's a fucking wild story, man. It's so fucking hilarious. And sorry, all you crazy PC gamers out there that are caught in the middle of this, but
yeah, sorry.
I still don't understand the problem. I don't get it.
I think
I understand that the Epic Store is bare bones and all that.
I think that's the big problem is that it's not. It just doesn't have
it's just an extra fucking launcher. Calm down. You still play the same fucking game, correct?
You do.
I guess it would be like
having a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox on the same goddamn piece of hardware. You just you got to decide which one you want to fucking
turn
on. Like, what the fuck? Calm down. You know, that shit. I don't get it.
I think it's more like.
It's not like you're paying more.
I think it's more like if you have a Blu-ray and you want to put it in your Sony Blu-ray player as opposed to your Samsung Blu-ray player. But again, who cares? You still have the game.
Right, you still bought the fucking game. It's the same game. You're paying the same price.
I wonder if anyone at Valve is still just like looking around them like, what the fuck just happened? Like what is going on these past several months? This thing came at them like wildfire. So before we get into topics of the week, a bit of housekeeping. Don't forget to go to youtube.com/densepixels, subscribe to the show, click the bell icon so you never miss a new episode. We post the podcast in video form every week, as well as a lot of other things. Let's Plays when I stream, it's through the YouTube channel, youtube.com/densepixels. Don't forget to sign up for premium content from TMP Studios. You can do that at densepixels.com/premium. It's just $5 a month or $50 for the entire year to get full access to all of our premium slate of shows, including all the back episodes. There's over 350 hours of content awaiting you when you sign up on there. And of course, wherever you get your podcast, make sure you subscribe to this show, as well as all the other TNP Studios shows, which includes The Nerd Apocalypse, Black on Black Cinema, and Coming Distractions, where you can get all of your Infinity War Endgame reaction, both spoilery and non-spoiler, from Jay and Micah. So you guys did a wonderful job with that last week.
It's pretty amazing, and it made $1 billion because denominations of money don't mean anything anymore. That's $1 billion.
Look, like I said, I for one welcome our new future where we have 6 mega corporations running everything, and Disney is one of them. So
vying for control of all of our lives.
So we'll do my topic first, because I have a feeling with Micah's we're going to be going a little bit longer.
It's just going to be ranty.
It is going to be very ranty, and I'm here for it. I'm not going to be ranting about this so much, even though a lot of people have been. So Bungie announced that Destiny 2 in the next season, which is a few weeks away yet, they're going to be doing a slight nerf to 2 of the most popular weapons in the game for Crucible. The Luna's Howl and the Not Forgotten are 2 of the they were the first pinnacle chase weapons that you could get in PvP. They were kind of a pain in the ass to get. Not Forgotten especially is a huge pain in the ass to get. Very, very small percentage of players own that. But Luna's Howl, owned by more folks, still difficult. I haven't even got my yet. I'm so close, but still don't have Luna's Howl yet. Well, problem is that if you want to be taken seriously in Crucible and you want to have like your best loadout, chances are you're running with one of these 2 guns, because they were, especially on console, by and large, the best hand cannon options available in the game, point blank. The nerf to them is mild. So both of these are 180 round per minute hand cannons. They're getting bumped down to 150 rounds per minute. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it does increase the time to kill by an extra like 0.2 of a second, or the optimal time to kill, I should say, by an extra 0.2 of a second. There's also a perk that the perk on these guns is called Magnificent Howl, which can get procced, which basically deals extra headshot damage, which would let you 2-tap opposing guardians. So basically the way the gun would work optimally is you would kill somebody, it procs Magnificent Howl, and then the next guardian that you ran across, you could basically hit with 2 headshots and they'd be dead with a time to kill of like 0.4 seconds, essentially. The guns are really good, and everyone was using them. And that's why that they are nerfing them, because they want other options. So they're not completely neutering them, but in a sense, they also kind of are, because for 2 reasons. Number one, these guns are not a problem on PC. PC has a much more widespread meta as far as hand cannons go, just because of the way aiming and aim assist works on PC. Like, these are much better on console than they are on PC. Not that they were bad on PC, but they were not as good as like the Ace of Spades, for example. The other problem is by nerfing this, they're not really solving the problem, because all that's going to happen is the meta is just going to shift to whatever the next best weapon is, which in this case is probably going to be the Ace of Spades, because you can still 2-tap Guardians in Crucible with Ace of Spades if the Memento Mori perk on that gun is procced. So the question is, should they have done this? And I honestly, I don't know the answer to that question, because these are guns that players had to work really hard to get. And I feel like that when you have to go through the grind that these weapons had to go through to get, that you should be rewarded. You should be rewarded with really fucking powerful weapons. And I understand not wanting to have everyone running around with these that earn them, and them being far and away the best options in the game. But I feel like that people are going to be a little salty, especially from someone like me, who is probably going to get Luna's Howl this season, I would imagine, and only have like 2 weeks to enjoy it at its full potential, I guess, before it becomes just another gun in my vault, most likely. What do you think about this?
I think that's the fundamental problem with Destiny, right? Like the fact that it has this PvP component. Like nobody cares about overpowered weapons in
in PvE.
In PvE,
you want that so you can just rush through the fucking to get the next best weapon.
Exactly. But you can't I'm not gonna say it's not fair, because you did have to work to get it. But I mean, all right, you had to work to get it. Now you should still have to earn your kills. You know what I mean? Like,
well, to be clear, like these are high skill weapons. Like the gun works best if you're getting crits. Like if you're not getting crits, if it's just a regular old, four tap body hand cannon. So like it does reward players who are skilled with them.
But I think you need to be put in games that are competitive instead of like quick play. Like you need to be in like maybe the nerf could be for quick play, but if you want to do competitive, people who generally do competitive are a little higher up on the skill ladder. Maybe they can work at their optimum efficiency there. Or if they have like some sort of like ranked matches or something like that, that you can keep stuff like that. Because if you're going in there, look, all bets are off. Like how the Iron Banner used to be.
Yeah, you come in at your full power.
You come in
at regular matches. You're already everyone's even, right? Except for guns. Is that how that worked? Is that how Destiny worked? Like the guns still kept their same perks.
The guns kept the perks, but everything was kind of normalized. But the guns still kept the guns still did the special things that they do. And it sounds like this is nerfing the special abilities, right?
It's nerfing the special abilities, and it's also decreasing the fire rate. So
now is it nerfing it in PvP or just PvE? Or are they just nerfing it all around?
No, just PvP. Or well, I guess it's going to nerf it all the way around, because you can't decrease the fire rate in one element of the game and not in the other. But no one's using this weapon in PvE, just to be clear. Like this is a PvP gun.
Oh, it's a PvP weapon.
Yeah, it's a PvP weapon. Like nobody's using Luna's Howl outside of the Crucible, guaranteed.
I don't know,
but you just said everyone's using it. So how hard is it
in Crucible? Well, everyone's using it that plays
a lot
Destiny,
of
a lot. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, you play hardcore, you earn this gun. You should have to use it in a hardcore situation. And if you're just going around killing a bunch of people that are, killing a bunch of Micahs, where's the fun in that?
Right.
Well, I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that if you don't, and again, I can speak as someone because I don't have it yet. It can be very frustrating running around in Crucible and basically getting killed before you have a chance to react to it. Like if you turn a corner and someone has a proc Lunas and you just hear the like you're dead. Like that's it. and you might not even see the guy. And that does get old pretty fast. Like I remember there was one just a couple weeks ago, I ran up against an entire squad of fucking Luna's Howls, and like just hearing the register on that gun is like Stockholm syndrome for me. I'm just like every time I hear it. But it's because I don't have it. Like I'm sure I probably would feel differently if I had one myself to use. Yeah, listen, I think the biggest problem is that it's not. I don't think it's going to solve the issue, because then the next. All that's going to happen is everyone's going to say, all right, well, this isn't as good. And to be clear,
it sucks now. Let's go back to something else.
Right. To be clear, too, we don't know because no one's used it tuned down yet outside of Bungie. So for all we know, maybe this is the sweet spot for this gun. We won't know until the changes roll out next season and we get a chance to check it out. But I just have a feeling that all that's going to happen is people are like, okay, Luna's is not the best weapon anymore. We're just going to use Ace of Spades again. And all you're going to see is Ace of Spades running around Crucible. Which I guess is more fair, I guess, because everyone is able to get that reasonably well. But again, I don't think you're fixing the actual problem. I think might have been better served to maybe bring some of the other weapons in the Luna's Howl slot up, perhaps, or maybe I don't even know if you could do this, but what if you maybe made Luna's and Not Forgotten? You change their classification to an exotic weapon, so that way they're just as good. But now you have to choose, is it worth having them over potentially another exotic in a different slot?
They're not exotics?
No, these are just legendaries.
Come on, man. Come on.
No.
This is ridiculous, man. I thought these were that's how like unaware I am.
No, none of the pinnacle weapons are exotics. They're all legendaries. That's part of the appeal, is that you can run them with other stuff that's also super powerful. So
again, that's the inherent problem with having a PvP portion to this game, is that you got all these cool weapons that do all these cool things, and it's cool when you feel like a badass, right? But you gotta level the playing field. I really thought these were just like really boring looking
exotics. Nope, they're just run of the mill, old run of the mill purples, basically.
Wow.
That's all they are. So.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's the best option, is just to make them exotics, so that you can't. So you could theoretically run around with two of these things.
Well, no, because it's the Lunas is locked to the second slot, so it's not like you can run double Lunas. That would be stupid. But you can run Lunas and Ace, which makes you a freaking hand cannon god if you want to. So,
Jesus Christ,
yeah.
Yeah, but you are right. They nerfing these or whatever they're going to do to them, it is just going to send it to another meta, because they recently updated Apex Legends. Some of the guns got nerfs, some of them got buffs, and it just created another meta. It's just as fighting games. Like when they patch fighting games, it's like, okay, this character is really good, so we're going to nerf him, we're going to buff this character, and then it just completely changes the meta, and then everyone goes to that. So
yep. And like I said, PC owners are pissed too, because this is probably, like, it's taken a gun that is very good but not clearly the best weapon on PC to now probably just being a very just above average gun, and it's probably never going to be used on PC, honestly, after this.
Like, how much damage did the thing do per shot? Because like PC, again, your aiming is way better than like a fucking.
Right. Well, again, without the perk procced, it was I believe, like, you could kill with 3 headshots or 4 bodies, basically. Someone could correct me if I'm incorrect on the numbers here. Then once you got a kill, it procced this perk, which basically was so that the next shots that you would fire from the gun would get increased damage until you killed somebody or you missed. That's how Magnificent Howl works. So it would take a gun that was already super powerful, and then it would make it so that you could, if you got 2 crits on somebody once you killed a different person, and then got 2 headshots, that person's gonna be dead no matter what resilience they're at, because it was doing like 110 per crit, I think.
Wow.
So
you still got to hit those shots.
You do. That's what I'm saying. It is a high skilled weapon. It's not like an automatic kill, but generally, if you're good enough to get this gun, you're probably good enough to really make use of it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like the fucking wingman in Apex.
Yeah.
That thing does like 50 per shot. they dropped. It was a six round magazine. They took 2 shots from it to 4 until you get an extended clip, because I think that's 45 per damage. Headshots did 90, but it's a pistol, so you got to hit the shots. I can't. Fucking terrible with that gun. But everybody else, like, so I don't even pick the motherfucker up anymore. Fuck it. No.
Yeah.
You only give me 4 shots. So yeah, it's going to change. It's just going to change the meta to whatever the second best gun is or whatever in PvP. Yep. That's it.
So we'll see what happens. Like I said, we could all be fucking freaking out for nothing, but we'll have to wait till the season of opulence starts in June.
What if they? Here's a wild idea. What if they had? What if they separate? Like, they have the whole inventory of weapons that they have, and they just separate them. Certain guns you only get, or when you get them, you can only use them in the Crucible, and certain guns you can only use in PvE.
They haven't done that, but at the same time, there are definitely guns that only get used in one area of the game or the other. Because there are certain weapons that are just trash outside of the Crucible, and there are certain weapons that are trash in Crucible, but they're fine outside of the Crucible.
So essentially, they do that. It's just not official.
Yes. Yeah, trust me, they definitely make guns catered to one side of the game or the other. There are many that work well in both. But for the most part, like the specialized weapons, you can tell what they were designing it for as you go.
Yeah. All right.
So let's move over to Micah, and Micah, tell us, and Terrence, I'm sure, has many opinions about this as well, about the economy of Mortal Kombat 11.
So it's not good, and it's needlessly confusing. Like, you have gold, right? You have gold, which is yellow. You have hearts. You have souls.
Wait, hey. Pause. So, gold, I would assume, is the paid currency that you can buy outside of the game?
No.
Oh, okay. So wait. So hang on. So far, and it didn't sound like you were done, but so far it sounds like you've listed 3 different types of currency.
Right.
All of which can be earned
all
in the game.
All 3 of those can be earned in the game, right? And you have gold, souls, hearts, and time crystals. Time crystals are the ones.
That's what you can purchase, correct?
That's what you can purchase. Now, right before we hopped on, they pushed out a patch. But pre-patch, you get currency for doing anything, right? You get currency you get gold for literally doing anything. Doing combos, you get gold. Finishing a tower, you get gold. You get hearts specifically for doing fatalities and brutalities. Every fatality you do, or every brutality you do, you get 1 heart. Okay. Souls you get as prizes for finishing the towers, and time crystals you purchase, or they give you 10 time crystals every time your account levels up. And you would get these things at such a slow rate. You can use all this currency in the crypt. Now, the crypt has a bunch of chests that use gold. They have green chests that use souls. They have special chests that use hearts, and they have and so you go in, and regular chests cost anywhere from 1,000 gold to, I think the highest I've seen is 15,000 gold. The problem is, before this patch was out, you would get, for doing a combo, you'd get like 10 gold. For doing a tower, you would get 1,000 gold. The souls you only get from completing a tower. And hearts you get for doing fatalities and brutalities. You get 1. The chests in the crypt for the souls, they're about 50 to 100 souls.
Whoa.
And for the chests that use the hearts are 250 per chest.
What?
So you have to do 250 fatalities or brutalities in order to open a chest. Those chests are the ones you want to open because they contain skins and other brutalities. You can't do a brutality unless you unlock a brutality.
Wait,
Like
even if you know the input, you can't do it unless it's unlocked?
Right.
Really?
Yes. You can do a fatality. You can do a fatality if it's locked and you just know it. But brutalities are locked. You can't do a brutality unless you unlock it in the crypt using one of the 250 heart chests that you need to do 250 fatalities or brutalities in order to do. And that's random, right? Like,
yeah, I was going to ask you, are all the chests randomized?
They're all random, and you can pay more gold to re-randomize all the chests. So let's say you open all the chests on the top of the island. You have to go to a specific place, pay to re-roll all the chests. It closes all of them, and then you can open them back up, including the 250 heart ones. I don't know. I've only opened 2 of them bitches. Because that shit is fucking expensive. And then you have the time crystals. Now, the time crystals come in packs of $5, $10, $20, $40. And those are used to buy cosmetics, right? Each cosmetic is $5. 500 time and 500 time crystals, right? Now I said you get the time crystals when your account levels up. You get 10. You get 10 time crystals every time your account.
So you'd have to gain 50 levels to get to buy equivalent to $5.
Right. Now you can get time crystals in other ways by like completing certain objectives and towers and stuff like that. But it's not cool. Now you say, all right, well, unlocking these things is a pain. There's 60 skins per character.
60 skins per character.
Yes, there's 60 skins per character. That's just the skins, right? Then how
many of those are just palette swaps?
There are maybe 3 or 4 different combinations, different unique skins, and then all of those are palette swaps. So there are maybe like 5 or 6 colors.
I mean, look, we give Capcom a lot of shit on this podcast about their DLC strategy, and rightfully so. But at least when you buy an outfit from Capcom, you get all the colors.
Right. And when Capcom puts an outfit on the store, you know what it is. So let's say I don't want to gamble in the crypt to try and find an outfit for Jax. Let's just say I want to buy a specific outfit. Well, the store has a section called the premium section where they offer you skins and equipment and easy fatality tokens. Fuck you. That you can purchase for $5 a piece. The problem is that it's set up like a mobile game in which the stock refreshes every day, every 24 hours. So you can hope that you can find what you want in the crypt, or you can hope that the store refreshes the outfit that you want and then pay $5 for it. It's everything about this system is needlessly complicated. And like the RPG mechanic that they have in this thing, like I'm playing Jax, right? Jax has 3 pieces of equipment: his arms, his belt buckle, and his grenade launcher, right? You unlock one of those, right? And you play until you level up so that you can unlock a slot so that you can put an augment in so that it will better you in the Towers of Time, which is another bullshit thing. And the problem is, when you level up your set of arms, it is or your gun or your belt buckle. It is specifically for that
piece of
item. And there are 30 different arms and 30 different belt buckles and 30 different grenade launchers. So if you want to unlock everything on one character, you won't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. It is bizarre, man. And then the Towers of Time, it's kind of like the thing with Injustice, with the multiverse, where they have different like bullshit ass modifiers.
There's modifiers that makes them damn near impossible unless you use consumables
right
to get through. Trust me, I've watched plenty of videos about that. I'm not buying the game. Fuck, suck my dick. I'm not going through all of that. That's insane. A silly. You know, a game I've been playing for the last like month that has a bunch of different currencies, but I didn't actually pay for.
Path of Exile.
Path of Exile. It's exact same. Like, this is a free to play model, yo. But you pay $60 fucking for the game. It's insane.
It is fucking crazy, man. And like some of the modifiers, are. And look, here's the thing that really just makes me mad, right? Like, they're like, oh well, if some of the challenges are hard, you can just set your character to AI and let the AI do the tower for you. Well, what the fuck am I doing the goddamn game? If you can't do the tower, just turn your AI character on and let him do the tower for you. Nah, yo, I didn't pay $60.
So play the game by letting the game play itself. Basically, is what's telling you. Oh my god!
Right. Oh my god! Like, this is so fucking stupid. One of the modifiers, two of the modifiers are real kicks in the dick, man. One of them is a frozen aura. And I was fighting Frost, and it's if you get close to Frost, your character freezes no matter what. If you're in mid combo, you freeze, and the freeze is really quick, man. Like I'm doing a 4-hit combo, I will freeze after the second hit.
Pause.
Stuck there.
Pause on this for a second, please.
Wait. She can attack?
Yes.
This is Micah, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be way out of line. This is a fighting game, right? in fighting games, the primary objective is to punch and kick your opponent to cause them damage to make their life go down to 0 so that you win the fight. So it would seem to me that having some sort of equipment that penalizes you for punching and kicking somebody would be kind of against the spirit of how the game's supposed to operate.
Right. You would think so. And then then they say, well, in order to combat that, you just have to zone them out. You can't let Frost get to you. You have to zone her out.
Cool.
Hope
you have a character with projectiles then, because
right.
to be cross screening this shit.
Right.
What the fuck?
It doesn't make sense. Another one is kind of like that, except when your character gets close to somebody. In this case, Cabal. When Cabal gets close to you, the whole screen just turns dark.
Oh, neat. So a guy that runs around a lot,
like this. That's what it means.
And you have to try. You have to still fight.
Yes.
If he gets close to you.
If he gets close to you. Cabal, the guy whose primary move is running.
Is a run.
It's so fucking weird, yo.
That's not fun, yo.
It's not. The Towers of Time are not.
And that's where you get the that's where you get the time crystals, so you can unlock the different skins.
Right, and that's where
instead of people like having fun going through this, hey, I'll unlock it. You pay $5 because like fuck this.
Right. That's where
that's what I'm saying. People arguing with me about like I don't care about those skins. I'm just gonna play this particular character. But like sometimes I want my character to look different. If you give me the option to do so, I want them to look different. I don't want to go through these stupid fucking towers, or I'm just gonna shell out a bunch of money to unlock these skins. You know what else I bought for $5? A whole ass character in Dragon Ball Z.
So there's
it drives me crazy. Like people they keep fucking. I don't get it. I don't see how people can defend this shit.
There's
absurd.
There's a common phrase in the vernacular where if you talk about a businesses make lots of dumb decisions that are sometimes very racially insensitive. So it's always been said that everyone needs to have a Tyrone because you need to have somebody there that is there to make sure that you don't make a dumb, racially insensitive decision when you're a business and making communications. I feel like that every video game company needs a Steve. And Steve is there to represent the common man. So that before shit makes it fucking onto the main stage and out in the hands of the people, they can run it by Steve. Be like, hey, Steve, does this sound like a good idea to you? Does this sound like something that you want to do and that's going to be fun to do? Because Steve probably would have been like, you guys are fucking crazy. What the fuck are you thinking? Now, people, apparently Steve sent them the memo because right before we hopped on, they pushed out a patch to essentially nerf the Towers of Time. So do you
get more crystals?
Yeah, you get more coins. You don't get more. You get more of the one currency that you get the abundance of. You get more coins. You don't get more souls, and you don't get more hearts per tower, but you do get more coins, which allow you to unlock more things and more useless garbage in the crypt. And they've made them a little bit easier. They also said that they're going to do a make good and give you 500,000 coins, 500 hearts, which again only opens 2 chests. And those are the ones that you want to open because they come with skins, a brutality, a taunt. Like those are the ones you want to open. And 1,000 souls, and they're going to give you 1,000 time crystals, which will let you buy 2 skins if the character that you want just happens to come up in the rotation that day. These weird RPG mechanics in this fighting game.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I stopped playing Injustice 2.
It's
like for real.
It's
I'm like, I don't want to do all of this stupid shit. I like fighting games because it's one-on-one. I fight. Like I unlock like Dragon Ball Fighters has you basically when you play, you unlock, you get Zenny. You get enough Zenny, it's just kind of like, it's not necessarily loot chests, but you go and unlock the little crystal, the little capsules, and you get like a little lobby character, or you'll get a different color for your outfit. They didn't have different skins; they just had different colors for your outfit.
Yeah,
but like you couldn't pay for them. There was no store where you could purchase them yourself if you wanted to. It's all just kind of random, and that's fine. But like 7 different currencies that unlock fucking fatalities and brutalities and fucking arms and belt buckles and all this stupid shit. Like that doesn't make any goddamn sense in a fighting game.
Yeah, Street Fighter V's economy is really poor as well. And I got to be honest, I never thought that I had to imagine that most other fighting game companies would have looked at Street Fighter V and said, man, fans really don't like that. We got to find a way to kind of do that, but not nearly as shitty as they did. Yeah. I never thought that I'd see an economy system as poor as Street Fighter V's economy system. I really did never think that I would. And then meanwhile, fucking Ed Boon's over here. We're like, let's have 8 different kinds of currencies in this game. This would be great.
I can't imagine it was him.
He's the one running the ship.
I guess, but like
the buck stops with him.
Yeah, I guess it does. But I can't imagine they're like, yo, we're gonna come up with like 7 different currencies, and people are going to enjoy this. Like eventually, people are gonna be like, yeah, what the fuck is this stupid
That's
shit?
What I'm saying.
Like,
did they float this to anyone outside of the studio before they fucking rolled it out? Like, did they maybe like talk to fucking, I don't know, game journos during preview coverage and be like, what do you guys think of this?
Yeah, that's insane. Because Mortal Kombat is like it's like the most popular fighting franchise next to Street Fighter, right? Yeah. And like Mortal Kombat gets all of the casual people as well as like the hardcore. Like Street Fighter, like people know Street Fighter, but they ain't really.
I would argue that in this day and age, Mortal Kombat is probably the most successful fighting.
It's the most successful. Like because they put all of this crazy shit in there, and like they give you more content aside from just the fighting in it. This ain't the content you're supposed to be putting in your game, yeah.
Right.
Not like this. Like people like, again, this is literally the mobile. It's a mobile game.
Yeah, it's that
Like, it's the mobile archetype. Like, it's that mobile model. And like, I paid $60 for this, or $100 depending on whatever fucking
right. That's not counting the other 6 characters that you're gonna get,
and then you
that all have all their unlocks.
$40 season pass, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Fuck no, yo. That's nah, yo. That's not. You can't, like, if you want to put more content in your game, that's not the way to do it, yo. Like, because it's not. Look, it's casual enough that people know Mortal Kombat. It ain't mobile casual.
Like, it just seems needlessly.
It's insane.
It just seems needlessly complex and also needlessly grindy from the way Micah described it.
Yeah, it's again, if you're going to do that, don't make me pay for the game. Because Dead or Alive does the same shit, right?
Yeah,
and Dead or Alive 5 came out with that free to play model, right? Where you can unlock
6.
Yeah.
And you can just
like, don't make me pay $60. If you're going to do it like this, like, make shit free to play. If that's what you want to do so fucking bad, I'm not paying $60 and then have to grind all this other bullshit. No. I'm fine without Mortal Kombat 11.
The thing that kills me about this, the thing that fucking blows my mind, is that just 2 years ago, the same game publisher, WB Games, had a massively controversial game come out because of the microtransactions. Like, if you guys remember, Shadow of War got fucking pilloried because the entire end game of that game was basically based around microtransactions, to the point they had to completely re-engineer the game to take the microtransactions out of the game so that people could actually fucking play it.
Yeah. I mean, I understand these companies are in to make money, but like, when are you going to learn this is not the way to go? Like, yo, EA just got hammered a year and a half ago for fucking Star Wars because of fucking loot boxes. Granted, this is essentially worse.
It's not the same. It's not the same because you're not paying to win. There's a big demarcation point between those two things.
But the way they design is like, okay, it's all cosmetic. Again, like Apex Legends, all these other free-to-play games, like Path of Exile. Everything you buy is cosmetic in that game. And that's a free-to-play game. If you want to buy something, it's a cosmetic. It doesn't help you win or anything like that. So I understand that, but it's free. Okay, you don't need to unlock 60 skins for fucking 30 characters. That's fine. But maybe I want to unlock a skin or two, but I don't. But I like to know exactly what skin I want to unlock. Do you know if it's okay in the rotation? It shows you what skin it is.
Yes, it does show.
But it's got to show up.
But that's also the real money buck area. Like, if you're using your in-game money, you're just pulling the slot machine and you're getting whatever.
And I'm like, okay, that's a dope skin, but it won't be there tomorrow, and I don't have enough crystals. Oh shit, I'm gonna chill out this $5. That's it, yo. That's fucked up.
That's exactly what that is. And like, what's funny is they like, you can preview every skin, right? You can go to your character and you can preview.
Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah. So they're showing you what you want. Yep, so that you got it.
It's full, manipulative, like, as fuck, yo.
In full 3D model and all that, right? Like, you can take a look at the skin. And they tell you, oh yeah, this skin is found in the crypt, or this skin is found in the Towers of Time. You don't know where though.
Yeah.
So you gotta grind it.
It's the fucking luck of the draw.
Or you gotta get lucky and pay. And it's just,
that shit is manipulative as fuck. Like, it just is, you know.
Like, it's very disingenuous, you know. Like, I like those guys that do like that combat cast, and like, they're the community people, and I like them. But this stuff is you know what you're doing, and that's why you're trying to, you know, turn around and like do this make good and all that. Like, it's barely a make good. Like, it sounds like it's benevolent, but when you break it down the way you broke it down, it doesn't sound like they're giving you shit.
They're not giving you anything, and like, they know what they're doing. And then it's almost like it sounds to me like these companies are just doing all of this shit at this point to test the water, to see what the customer is willing to pay for. And when we get the backlash, then they say, okay, well, all right, let's switch it up a little bit.
Yeah,
that's all it is at this point. And like, people are getting fucking tired. Like, yeah, they still bought the game, but like, I saw the backlash was severe. People were like, yeah, what the fuck is, like, the core gameplay, the most important part of the game, is really good. but you're gonna make me do all this, jump through all these other hoops to get to the other content. Why would I want to do all of that?
Well, and see, that's the problem. Like that, the problem is that we've spent fucking 25 minutes talking about this aspect of Mortal Kombat 11. We spent 5 minutes talking about what was good about Mortal Kombat 11.
Right.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's fucking dumb. I don't understand what these companies. Well, I don't get it, especially a fighting game. Like, come on, it doesn't make sense to me.
Stop turning fighting games into RPGs, man.
Right, and that's the thing. Like they try to get. I agree with you guys. They try to get too cute. Like I said, they looked at what happened. They looked at what they did in Injustice 2, which was a system that most people were generally okay with, and they're like, all right, how can we complicate it even further? Like that's
in Injustice 2, they locked moves behind certain pieces of equipment.
Right.
Like you could put a piece of equipment on your character that gave them a whole new move. Like, no. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. And that a piece of equipment made your character stronger. So the thing is, like, okay, they gave you that move, but if you wanted to do like a fight and it was all normalized, you couldn't use that move.
Right.
So if you wanted to fight, if you want to do a one-on-one like a versus with that move, it came with the level of your character. So one character may be 3 times more powerful than the character they were fighting, but you couldn't. You could use that move. It was stupid. Again, I really like the game, but that's why I stopped playing it, because like people wanted to use their overpowered characters. You hit me 3 or 4 times, I'm dead, and I'm not exaggerating. Somebody will hit you with like 1 or 2 combos, you're dead. If you had a character that wasn't as strong as that character, but then if you normalize it, then it took away those moves that you unlocked.
And the funny thing is that Shadow War got a huge backlash for this, like a huge backlash. And we're talking about this, but I guarantee you they're gonna be raking in money left and right over this shit, because there are gonna be so many people out there that are just like, $5, $5, $5, $5. Like they're not even gonna fucking think about it. And then before you know it, people are gonna be spending fucking hundreds of dollars unlocking skins.
And that's the thing, man.
Game.
Like,
again, that's what people do with free to play games. I understand with that, but like I've already paid what,
like $5.
I paid for 12 skins already buying the game.
$5 for a skin is a lot of money.
Nigga, I paid $5 for a character and with a full move set and 13 colors to their one costume, but still, like, nah, man. That's what kills me. Like, Apex Legends is $18 skins. That's still bananas. That's insane. It's unacceptable. You can unlock the shit in a loot box, but $5 for a skin, man.
$5 for a skin. $5 for a hat, yo. A hat. $5 for a Kung Lao hat. Like, it
just doesn't compute for me. It just, like, I don't know these people that have all this disposable income. They could just pay $5 for a fucking skin like it's nothing. But like it's obnoxious to me. Like, and that alone, like when I saw that, I'm like, I want to play, I want to buy it, but like nah, I'm too obstinate for that. Yeah, I don't like that model. Yeah, I just don't. I'll get the Game of the Year edition.
And see, this is the kind of shit why when people do complain about games like having, like people are bitching about like Destiny having the season pass. It's $35, but it lasts a full year.
Yeah, look,
and actually gives you real content.
I ain't gonna complain. No, I'm good. Fuck it. Look, $35 for a year's worth of content is fine. $40 for the season pass to unlock the characters. I don't know how many characters are gonna be.
6.
Okay, so that's $5 a character. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, $5 a character.
All right,
essentially.
But so it's $5 for a whole ass character, but it's also $5 for a skin. Nigga, y'all numbers are fucked up. For real, yo.
I think the math is like $6 or $7.
No, because if you buy the pass, it's always less than if you were to purchase each character.
I think they're $8 each of the characters.
Yeah, no, fuck you.
$8 each.
No. Nah, man.
It's so wild.
That's crazy. Like, if the skin was like $1, I wouldn't. All right, fine. It's a skin, my nigga. Like,
right. Like, look, I've unlocked I've been able to unlock, and that's the thing, right? Like in the Towers of Time, like you can get skins there, but the Towers of Time rotate every few hours, so you have to hope that your character comes up. Like right before we got on here, I was able to unlock 2 Jack skins because thank Jesus, 2 towers came up that if you finish all 5 of those towers, they give you a Jack skin. But there are a pair of arms that I specifically want for Jacks, and I can't get them.
And you don't know if you're ever gonna get them.
Right. I mean, I'll take it a step further. Like I don't even care. Like if you want to charge $5 for a skin, you're not right, but whatever. Like your fucking numbers are what they are. But if you're gonna do that, at least make it rewarding so that people can earn them if they put the time in. Like Micah is saying that you have to do 200 fatalities to unlock 1 chest. Are you fucking kidding? So that means that you have to do 200 matches essentially. To unlock.
That's a time sink that people don't fucking, unless you're like a goddamn professional, and the professionals don't give a fuck about the goddamn skins because they play with the normal skin. Like they're playing to fight. They're playing to play the game.
Right.
They're not worried about the people that are worried about the skin are the casual people. They're not going to be putting hundreds of hours into this fucking game. So like your math is off, yo.
Yeah, it doesn't
like it's just off. That like the casual people are gonna be like, yo, okay, I'm just gonna pay the $5. Or did you be like, no, fuck this game. Why would you put something in front of me and I can't get it unless I just pay another $5 for it? I just don't. It doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like this. There's and we've talked about egregious, abuses of this in the past. I did not realize that it was as fucking ridiculous in Mortal Kombat 11 as it is.
Yeah, I didn't know it was. I just knew about the time crystals. I didn't know about all the other bullshit, hearts and shit like that. That's
for the 3 other currencies that you have to earn, and it just doesn't it doesn't compute, man. It doesn't compute.
So do you think they may go the fucking DOA route and put out
no
MK11 Lite?
No.
No, you know why? Because they're gonna have MK11 definitive complete XL, deluxe edition that comes out in a year and a half with all the characters in it. You're gonna do no light version.
No, they won't, because and DOA does it because nobody gives a fuck about DOA. Nobody does. Like, hey, play our game. It's free, and hopefully, if you like it, you can pay $92 to get some fucking outfits.
And I think the thing that pisses me off the most about this whole fucking thing is that you're gonna be fucking dumping money into fucking Mortal Kombat 11 when you could be going to densepixels.com/Amazon and dumping money on Amazon purchases and helping support your favorite video game podcast.
Oh man.
Because you pay the same price. It's not like you're paying more. Plus, you don't have to worry about a rotating stock of items. They just have the same items on there all the time. So the only fucking box that opens up is the gold box deal of the day. Can they still do that? They might still do that. Deadpixels.com/Amazon. Whenever you buy anything on Amazon, big or small. And that's actually the show for this week. So just make sure to join the fan group, denspixels.com/fans. Make sure to follow us on social media. Search for Dense Pixels. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow Terrence on Twitch, not playing Mortal Kombat 11 at Apparition 410. Follow Carrie on Twitch at Suppets Carrie. And yeah, that's it. Fucking Mortal Kombat. Get your shit together. We're out.
See ya.
Take it easy.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.